Hello and welcome back to the BF Bricks YouTube channel. Today in this video we're going to be taking a closer look at the new smart brick sets which LEGO have just released. Now a few weeks ago they did release the free sort of larger smart brick sets which actually come with the brick itself, but they've recently just released the I think there's 5 other ones which are now available for pre-order. So we're going to have a quick look at them. I'm going to show you which ones I think are actually pretty good value, and we're gonna have a look at some of the ones which aren't, and we're probably one of the worst looking Lego sets ever made. So let's jump onto the computer, onto lego.com, and get right into it. Right, so here we are on lego.com, and as you can see this is like the new smart play section they've got for Star Wars. You can see they're all new, all available for pre-order. So these top 3 here, these have all been released a few weeks ago, and as you can see these are the 3 which will include the smart brick itself. So all the other sets we're going to have a look at today, the 5 other ones will not include the smart brick, so that's a bit of a sort of a downside to the other sets, even though I think the other sets are actually better. But the others will include smart brick, smart minifigs, and like smart tags is what I'm gathering. So these are all now available for pre-order. So we're going to jump into them, and this is basically the overlook of them. So we've got a land speeder, a Yoda's hut, a Millennium Falcon, a Cantina, and a ATST. So we're going to basically start in order, which I think from best to worst. So first one I think is actually probably the best one is this one. This is the Luke's land speeder. I know we probably don't need another land speeder set, but I think overall, I think this set looks pretty cool. I think it's, I really like the little side build in this, and you get 3, well, I don't know if you count the Gong Droid as a minifig, but you get the smart minifig, which is the Anakin Luke Skywalker, and then you get the little Jawa. Now I think this one's quite interesting because this is the cheapest, I think, at £35, and you are getting just over 200 pieces. So price per piece isn't great. But when you include like the smart minifig and the smart tag, it doesn't seem terrible value. Yeah, so this is basically a further look at sets. So this is the minifig, which is obviously included, the smart minifig, and then these are the rest of the minifigs. Got the Jawa and like the Gong Droid. I think Gong Droid looks pretty cool. It's got like a nice printed part on the front with like some dirt stains on, and this is sort of shows you a few other play features in this. Now this is the first picture where you can sort of see the smart brick actually on the set. As you can see, smart brick not included, but I think this set overall, I think it sort of blends in the best, the smart brick, because on the land speeder it's almost got a space with cargo in it. So I think overall I don't think this one actually looks too bad, and I think there's some cool features with like the refueling bit of the Jawa. So I do think this is probably one of the better value ones. It's a shame it doesn't come with a smart brick, but again, here's a close up. So you've got enough room for 2 people in the land speeder, and obviously I'm presuming when you get the refueling bit close to the smart brick, it'll make some pretty cool noises. So I think this one will probably, I think this will be probably one of the more popular ones just because of the price. So so that's that one. Now we've got a very interesting looking Yoda's hut, and as you could probably tell, it is play themed. I'm not overly sure on the design of the Yoda's hut, but they've done so many of these, they all seem relatively similar. But this is another overall picture, but this one is £60 with 440 pieces. So again, these price per pieces aren't great, but Star Wars never is. That's the R2-D2 minifig, so I'm presuming it's the same one from the diorama set, which has got like the mud stains on the front and on the back, because I don't think this is the smart R2. But these are the 2 smart minifigs. Again, you got another version of Luke and Yoda. Obviously you've got like the inside of Yoda's hut, which looks pretty cool. You've got a smart brick there with it, looks like he's cooking. So obviously going to be some features in here. And again, I think these types of sets are just aimed towards children rather than than adults, because I look at this, I think it looks really ugly, if I'm being honest, and it's something that I would not be interested in purchasing. So Lego are obviously aiming this to a certain age group, which I'm not in. So that's something to bear in mind when we're talking about these sets. But I think overall this set is probably a cool one. I do think, again, this is a set which would partner very well with the X-Wing. So I think that's probably why they didn't include any of the X-Wing in the set. As you can see, it's obviously designed to go together, which one thing which kind of sucks, because they're basically wanting you to buy two sets rather than one. But I don't think this one is too bad in terms of a play set, apart from this side build here is just really ugly to me. But other than that, I think the hut itself is pretty cool, and it will have some cool play features. Now we start going towards downhill, I think, from these sets. And this picture, straight away, you can see a glaring problem with this set. And I'll zoom in just so you can just see it's this section here. You've got the Smart Greedo minifig, and there's an empty chair, which is crazy, the fact that they've not included a Han Solo minifig in this set, which is crazy when you think in the Millennium Falcon set, which have just released as well as this, it includes a Han Solo. So this is Lego being really cheap, and it don't make any sense. You'd rather have the Han Solo than like Obi-Wan. So I don't understand the choice they made there. So that's a massive problem with this set. But this set actually, in terms of price per piece, is actually probably one of the better ones. So £70, so it's £10 more than the hut, and you get 666 a devil parts. Overall, the set it looks all right. It's a play version of the Cantina. There's a few big problems I think with it. It's just you've got like the Master Builder series set, which is so good, and then you've got like this, to me, just absolutely nothing. So these are the smart bricks, smart minifigs with the smart tiles. You've got Obi-Wan and Greedo. I think the Greedo one is pretty cool, but the fact there's no Han Solo is crazy. Then obviously you've got the Stormtrooper's pretty cool. I'm not too sure about the pauldron part, but yeah. Now this is a part, you may have seen a video of them with this sort of scene, and in the video it sounded terrible, if I'm being brutally honest. So hoping in real life and in person it will sound much better, because when you kind of wiggled this, it was meant to like make the Cantina music noise, but it really sounded bad. So hopefully it will be better in person. And another controversial thing with this set is the Doom back is brick built, which again I've no idea why they decided to do that, because you've got the Master Builder series, the Doom back is like moulded piece like they do with the dinosaurs, and it looks so much better. This just looks bad in my opinion, and it's smart brick on there, again not included. But to me it's a waste of a set, if I'm being honest with this one, because I think it's really just, there's so many flaws in it when you have to buy another set to even get the right minifigs for this, and which is crazy. And you've got like that, and it's not, the smart brick's not included, which I find crazy with this one in particular. But yeah, that's the Cantina set, and it doesn't get any better. You've got the ATST build, or a lot of people saying it's like a chicken build, because the head is just way too out of proportion for the body. But that's not my biggest complaint with this. It's just, again, the price is just off. £45 for 347 pieces. Just this one seems overpriced, especially for what you get. And you only get one smart minifig, which is here we go, the little guy. Then you've got the two sort of generic ATST pilot and the scout trooper. And again, to me, this set is, I just find this one out of all of them just kind of, it just doesn't seem like it fits right. You've obviously got this big hole in the back of the head, clearly. I didn't even see this before. It just has no back, which again will look terrible, just so it can make a noise when you pull a trigger. And again, I never quite understand with these sets, they've kind of put like the like the things in red, so you can clearly see what to do when you're making to make the shooting noise. It's the same with like the X-wing, but in modern Lego they could easily make this quite discreet, where you just press like a little button and it still make the noise. But I presume it, because it's for kids, they like to make it obvious. But again, it's an 8+, so it's not even like aimed at for young children. And I think this one to me is one of the worst, and I think it's bad value for money, and it just looks bad. And the fact it's got a hole in the back of his head is terrible. Now, the last set, and this is by far the worst set. I mean, it looks horrendous. Like I just saw the pictures of it when it came out, and I'm thinking, this does not look like a Millennium Falcon at all. It's too fat. The proportions are all wrong, and it's got all these like bits sticking out of it, which look terrible. Now, there's a few reasons why it looks fat. Is because it's got an interior, but again, not the worst price per piece for these smart brick sets, but £90 for 885 pieces. But for a set which looks this bad, I don't understand who's buying this. Like, the mini scale Millennium Falcon looks 100 times better than this, and it's cheaper. And this is, again, it's a 9+ set, so it's not even like aimed towards young children. It's like, do you know what I mean? I look at this, and if I was 9 or 10, I still think it looked bad. So to me, this one is definitely the worst one. As you can see, it's got like a built-in interior. There's a bad picture of it. So you've got like the training set up. Yeah, I'm presuming this smart brick where you can make noises if it like Luke's training. These are the smart minifigs in it, so you actually get 4 minifigs, which is pretty cool. It's the most out of the set, but you don't get the smart brick to go with them, which is kind of stupid. But here on the back, I'm not sure if this picture shows, I think it looks like it's got 2 smart bricks here in the middle. So I'm not quite sure what they've done with this. And again, it's such an ugly way to do the thrusters on the... And you've got like this bit here, which I think looks terrible. Like, why is that there? It's so big. It looks nothing like it. So obviously you've got a play feature here, which they have to highlight in red for some reason. And then you've got another one here. So I'm presuming you can put... Is there just there's a massive gap here in the cockpit for the smart brick. Again, it looks so bad. I don't know who designed this and thought it was a good idea to put this out. And again, you could, the ship will make noises when you move around, but I think to me that's part of Lego, is you kind of make your own noises when you're doing it. Here's a better picture of it. Let's just scroll to this one. As you can see here, where the smart brick is, there's just a massive gap, and the canopy piece looks way too big for the set, and it just looks terrible. I'm surprised they've managed to make the Millennium Falcon look this bad, especially when you're thinking this price range. So yeah, it's a shame that Lego are pumping so many of these smart bricks sets out. I think there's a couple of decent ones, like the Land Speeder one seems probably the best value, and it probably looks the best, to be honest, which is kind of crazy to think this is the cheapest one when you think this is £90 and it looks like that. And I just think it's, if anyone's interested in this or pre-ordered it, yeah, that's your opinions, and that's why we like Lego, because there's lots of people like different things. So that's all for this video. That's sort of a diving into my opinions on the Smart Play sets. Now they've been released, I'm presuming they're going to be releasing them into other themes, so we'll check them out when they get released. So make sure you drop a like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.